Hey guys, this is Toria, happytravelnurse.com. First of all, I know I vowed in the previous video that I would learn how to do my own hair and I would learn 3 styles, right? And so I'm working on it. I've got a couple of cornrows up here. I'm working on doing my own hair, making it look pretty. Not doing a very good job right now. It's going a little slow. My cornrow skills aren't that good, but I'm still working on it. But I want to ask you guys a question about an article that I read recently. It's called Docks and Glocks. So I think that's a law that was put into place by Governor Scott in Florida. And he wants it to be against the law for a doctor to be able to question a patient or caregiver about gun ownership and whether you have a gun in the house and, if it's secure or not. He thinks that that's discriminatory, and so there's a lot of pros and cons for and against this argument. And actually what it really comes down to, nurses, is that it's the First Amendment being pitted against the Second Amendment, right? So it's the right to free speech versus the right to bear arms. And so, what are the pros and cons of that? Would you want your doctor to be able to question you about your gun ownership? That's just the law in Florida. In most states, I'm sure that they are able to do that. Where I'm working right now, I have seen notes about gun ownership, and especially when you're assessing someone's suicide risk. Of course, you want to know if there's any guns in the house, or do they have any access to guns? And then this is a huge hunting community here, so most everyone has guns, and so I think for some of those reasons, some people would think that that would be a discriminatory question. But here, we question people a lot about guns. It's not, like that big a deal. If you're assessing for suicide risk, of course, you want to know if the person has access to guns. Okay, so pros and cons. I think what's going on is the pediatric community, they want to be able to question people, caregivers, and parents about gun ownership because children are being shot. They're shooting themselves accidentally because they're getting a hold of these guns. Okay, and so what the pediatric community is saying is that, it's just like the doctor asking you about your medicine cabinet and are your medicines put away properly so that kids can't get to it. And so that's what they're saying, that is the same type of question that they would be asking about guns, and if your children can get to your guns and if they are secure. And so I think some of the cons are there's a lot of people that are against that because, of course, they think it's a discriminatory practice. They think that, you would look down upon them, or for whatever reason they, you would think that it would be a bad thing for them to have guns. And I think it's the community, even though it shouldn't be like that because this is America. But say you're in the inner city and you're, questioning someone about gun and gun ownership, and you're in the inner city, say you're in Florida, in the state of Florida, because this is where this law is enacted. So is it okay for someone in a rural community to have a gun? And it's not okay for someone in an inner city environment to have a gun? I'm not really sure how that plays out, because we're in America, and if anyone wants to have a gun, they should be able to have it. I mean, of course, barring the mental illness and the people that want to hurt you with a gun. I'm not talking about criminals or people with mental illness, but just, your basic everyday people, whether they're hunters or not. Shouldn't they be able to own a gun without being discriminated against? I personally think that it would be okay to ask me, if I have a gun and if it's secure and my children can't get to it. I think that's a pretty fair question. But a lot of people are against it. So I wanted to pose the question to you guys. Maybe some of you are working in Florida and you have firsthand knowledge about this law. Some of you may be in other communities around the country. Like I said, I'm in a big hunting community here, so just about everybody has a gun, and so there's no law against asking people about guns and when they're coming to the doctor's office, especially when we're doing a suicide risk assessment. So what do you guys think? Share, like, click, comment, and tweet. Let me know what you think about Docks and Glocks gun bill in the state of Florida. Does that pertain to everyone? You know, in America, should we be discriminating against people that own guns with children around? Should we be questioning them to make sure these guns are secure? Suppose you're questioning them about one thing and it comes up that they have a mental illness or something like that. They suffer from depression or whatever. Does that prompt you to make further inquiries, or you maybe might have to tell someone else? I'm not sure how that all works, but guys, let me know what you think about that. Click, share, like, comment, and tweet me. Let me know what you think about the Docks and Glocks bill. And also, I just wanted to let you guys know I really appreciate all your prayers and your just all your kind words and everything about the passing of my mom. I really appreciate all the support and all the love. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you. Okay, so send me some email, Toria at happytravelnurse.com or happytravelnurse@gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Share, like, click, comment, and tweet me. Docks and Glocks. What do you think? Bye.